What's going on, everybody? Hope you're doing well. As always, hope your day is going well. Outdoors, Brovo in the building. In the building, what's up, man? Hope you and your loved ones are doing well, man. Ten Top in the building. What's going on, people? ACG, what's up, man? Good day. Crypto Pay, top of the day. Can't tell you. Can't tell you. Oh, well, that's good, man. Respect the algorithm. Oh, that's good. That's good. Everything is good. Just decided to come on live. Oh, and also shout out. Hope you have a great time with your daughter, your loved ones. Enjoy the holiday weekend for us over here in the States. Nice, nice, nice. Glad to have you. Drive safe while you're listening to the stream, Crypto Pay. So, there's a few things. The title is so RIP, not somebody who's involved with crypto. He's a rapper, a battle rapper, um, who had passed away last night, early this morning. Uh, um, because I follow battle rap too, and he was in the community, albeit small, but uh, it was just a kind of like a surprise. You're never ready for things like this. You know what I'm saying? And he, as an artist, he had he contributed a lot to the battle rap. I guess the game, because the artist, the game made a diss song to Eminem. Shout out to that man. As far as rest in peace, condolences to his loved ones and family. And they're going through a difficult time. Things like that is never easy to talk about, and there's not much you can say that can help alleviate the pain. You know, um, crypto, right? This bear market that we're in, it got me thinking about some things, and it just seems like, I don't know, folks don't want to see people get rich. You know what I mean? Like, people don't want to see you well off. You know, it's crazy. Since I've been talking about Hex a lot and Pulse Chain and Pulse X, look, it's about finding something that works and making an opportunity and a way to make this money. Like, really, right? But it feels like sometimes, and this is an observation, it feels like sometimes people don't want to see you experience multiple X gains. They don't want to see you be successful in your experience with crypto. And it's sad, you know. Oh, yeah, Yeah, they say in crypto Twitter switching speeds. I'm gonna answer your question, ACG. They said that he was somewhere in I believe in Halifax, and he was out, and there was a fight that happened, and I guess he tried to break up the fight, and word is he got stabbed. You know, I don't know how true it is. That's just the word that was going around in Twitter. I haven't. I woke up to the news and I was like, wow, it was it's just crazy, man. It's crazy. Um, but yeah, like it's just disgusting when things like that happen. It's no words, no words. And it's weird how even that just made me think about some of the weird vibes that's going on in crypto. Bear market, and people don't want to see you win. They just want to be miserable and enjoy pulling you down. And instead of just looking at this chance, especially those of us who've been here, who've been in the space, we've seen this opportunity as a chance for you to accumulate what you like, accumulate what you want, accumulate what you believe in, accumulate whatever. Like these markets sideways, everything is low, everything, depending on how you see it, it's at a discount. Everything's at a discount. So that way, when the market does rally again, you're in a better position, you're winning. But now and this hex and all this stuff, I'm like, man, overall, I'll never not be bullish about crypto. I'll always be bullish of crypto. Crypto's a part of my life, has been for over 5 years. For over 5 years. And then take care, ACG. Catch you on the next one. So then, people talk about how the focus is not really onto hex as much as it should be. Like people are now divided. They're thinking about other tokens, and they're distracted and not putting all their energy into hex. People are talking about other things like Pulse Chain and Pulse X, and that's taking energy away. And I'm saying to myself, are you? No, like I'm looking at myself. I'm like, yo, like, whose fault? Who created? Who even thought of creating another opportunity to help Hex? Who thought of forking Ethereum? Who thought of creating a DEX? Who thought of that? Like the same person who created Hex. But I don't see this criticism, right, be targeted towards him. I see the criticism within, like going at other members in the community. It's not that it even deserves some type of harsh criticism. It's just that energy of why people are splitting hairs. This is something that we can't even avoid. I could talk about Hex till I'm blue in the face. Doesn't mean that there are not 60,000 other crypto whatever's out there. Last year, at this time, there was around what, 60,000 or 70,000 stakers. And we know people hold multiple accounts. So I'm not sure if those numbers are accurate to say that there's 70,000 individual stakers last year at this point. Now it's over 100,000, maybe approaching 110,000 stakers. And maybe there are more people, of course, but they have multiple accounts, but okay. The community is growing. The community is budding still. The community and the collective is expanding. Other things are being created to help boost Hex, boost the ecosystem, boost everyone's intangible wallets. I'm hearing things like, if you're talking about Pulse Chain, you're taking away from Hex. That's what I've heard. You're talking about Pulse X and Pulse Chain, they're not even out yet. And you're taking away from the attention of Hex. If you talk about Hedron and Icosa, you're taking away from the energy, the economic energy and money from people buying Hex. I'm saying to myself, yo, listen, man. Can you make everybody happy? No. No, you can't make everybody happy. It doesn't even matter if you explain to people that Hedron and Icosa exist to help the Hex ecosystem. That doesn't even matter. It doesn't even matter that the B shares, the Hex token, Icosa, follows the T-share model in Hex that goes up. It doesn't go down. It increases in value over time. It doesn't matter. It's just that it's something else and some other things that's taking away from Hex. Meanwhile, you have Pulse Chain that we're still waiting for. You have Pulse X that we're still waiting for. And this criticism about all these other projects or products that are coming out, the criticism is not being given to Richard, it's being given to members of the community and people, and I don't understand. And maybe it is being given to Richard and behind closed doors, like, hey, Richard, you got Pulse Chain and Pulse X coming out. We understand Hex is gonna be on Pulse Chain, but why are you splitting? Why are you dividing? Why are you creating distractions from the people from buying Hex? I don't see that. Now, you know, like I don't even know why that should even be a thing when you can't stop it. Just like he can't stop scammers from utilizing Pulse Chain when it comes out. He can't stop scammers today for creating rug pulls left and right that's going to harm everybody, anybody. It doesn't even matter. He can't stop it. He can only inform, just like I could only talk, just like everybody's still, everyone's free to do what they want to do with their energy, with their money, with their time. I'm not a leader in this space. I'm not trying to lead anything. I just enjoy making content and, you know, talking about things that I like. But I'm watching some of these things take place, like Hedron, for example, right? Folks are split in the community talking about Hedron. They split, they divide, right? And I'm looking at it and I'm saying, wow, the division is almost reminiscent, especially the first, since Hedron came out in late February, up until I would say maybe June, the beginning of Hedron was like reminiscent of Hex in the early days. It got bombarded by nothing but animosity, hate, vitriol, etc., 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 just like Hex did in the beginning. And then something happened where the creator of Hedron decided, well, you know what? Instead of letting things go the way it's supposed to go, he creates something else to complement whatever's going on in the with Hedron, creates Icosa. If you listen to his early interviews, he was going to create Icosa first, is what Alex, the developer of Hedron, um, mentioned. But he decided to do it the other way, put out Hedron first. And a lot of people in the beginning in the Hex community completely shat on it and still do. They don't believe in it. They sell it. They think it's a permanent dump. It is what it is. Price goes all the way low to shit. What, middle of June? Oh, it was looking ugly for Hedron. Ugly. Then all of a sudden, oh, price starts going up. Rumblings of Icosa coming out. Icosa launches. And between the low of June, middle of June 16, 17, 18, around those lows, between that low and what, yesterday, the price it reached yesterday, what, in like 75, 80 days or so, something like that. Don't mind me, like, do the research. It's 25, 28x. And oh, well, wait. That's no good because this is hurting Hex. That's what people believe. It's hurting Hex. Meanwhile, in the beginning, the only way you could really earn Hedron or obtain Hedron is for not only having Hex, but staking it and using the time that you staked it to receive the Hex. There are people who received 2.5 years worth of Hex. I'm sorry, 2.5 years worth of Hedron and dumped that joint. That's their prerogative. Their prerogative. There are people who've made and rode the 25, 28x wave in the middle of a bear market. And people see that as a bad opportunity for Hex because all the energy is now in heat. It's weird. It's weird. It's as if folks are dismissing. Shout out to Return of the FOMO, Coin Critic. Shout out. It's like folks are dismissing some of the inner workings, right? Some of the inner workings that the contracts perform, some of the mechanics, the operations that the contracts perform by way of staking, by way of encapsulating stakes, by way of doing things that you just could not do with Hex alone. And folks are just not happy about that at all. They're not happy. And it makes me think, it's not just because of Hedron and Icosa and these things, right? It just makes me think in general, because the 10,000x narrative has become a reality for Hex, right? Because Hex achieved that 1,000,000% gains, 1,623 days. Now it feels like nothing else should come out to achieve 10%, 10,000, not 10%, 10,000 X gains or more. There should be nothing else. That's how it feels. If you talk about how there could be an opportunity, value propositions in 2 to 3 years of having multiple gains with Pulse Chain, and I've seen it and I've heard it. Oh, it's not celebrated like that by certain people. People only think about her, and that's it. And I'm saying to myself, well, why? Because the division, the attention is divided again. It's like this loop, this loop, repeating this cycle of just I don't understand. Like, do you not want success for yourself? Do you not want continuous, ongoing success, not only for yourself and for other people? I've only seen one content creator, YouTuber, say that he can't wait for other people to experience 10,000x. Only one. And I'm not really going to expose who he is like that because I know people are sensitive. I know people are sensitive. You know, folks are sensitive. Oh, why are you flooding bags? Oh, why are you D-riding? Oh, what do you talk this and that, that and this? Extremely sensitive when I'm just presenting information. It is what it is. This is not about what I feel, even though I'm talking about what I feel because I'm picking up on some things, right? But when you leave it up to the math, which is what we rely on, and our human involvement, but when you leave it up to the math that's going to exist and work, despite if we interact with these coins, with these contracts, or these products, blockchains is going to work the way it's designed to work, regardless of whatever we feel and decide to do. But it's actually, we're needed because our emotional, our reaction, what we go, what we decide to do, what we decide to buy and sell, all plays a factor in all of this. It all plays a factor. But we know the math doesn't care about what we feel. We just know sometimes if we see something going all the way up and we want to hurt it, we're going to dump it to hurt other people because of whatever feelings we have involved with it. Just like folks have a hard time appreciating another person's success. They'll never admit it. I've heard people say that you get into something like a derivative like Hedron, right? Derivatives, it reminds me of bond markets. You get into a derivative like Hedron. Tomorrow, something else is going to come out, launching Maxi perpetuals. You get into these things. But first, I heard with Hedron, it's a potential to experience something that Hex did. Oh, that's not celebrated. It's not celebrated because people think it's Hex or nothing else. Meanwhile, Hex right now is being utilized. You have to use it on Ethereum. Hex doesn't have its own blockchain. We're waiting for Postchain. That's going to have its own native token. We already split right there. If you want to just talk about being distracted, you got three distractions. Hex on Ethereum, Hex on soon to be Postchain and Postchain. Then you have PostX, distraction four. Then you may have Ethereum, POW, whatever. Distraction number 5. Economic energy, right? Number 5, opportunity to be distracted. Incentive token from PulseX. It's number 6. I didn't say Hedron. I didn't say Icosa. 7 and 8. I didn't say Maxi and all the perpetuals that's coming with what, like 4 or 5? And I'm not, come on. Come on. Come on. Hex goes up, everything else goes up, especially if it's tied to the T share of the system. It goes up, everything else goes up as far as it, with Hedra and Icosa. Why can't that be respected? I don't know. I don't know. You had a thing where even Richard was on a stream, right? I think right before, or I think so, right when he arrived in the States. Right when he arrived in the States, his last visit to the States, early, before he got to Miami and was living it up, he was on a stream talking about things, and you know how he talked. You know? And I said, what does the community really do? Do we really need, quote unquote, I'm not gonna say verbatim, but do we really need meme coins? That's what he said. But you're not gonna have a lot of these guys that's creating meme coins challenge Richard. You're not gonna see them give him any smoke. They're gonna give people like me smoke. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna give people like me and anybody else who speaks about these things the drama, the vitriol, the hate. Who cares? In that same stream, shortly after that, because there's clips of it, he then starts to mention, you know, how there's now ways to encapsulate stakes, and you know how the code is good, is, and that's not something he created. And indirectly giving a thumb, indirectly giving a thumbs up to what Alex created. And you know, it's been audited, said it's good code. You know how rare that is? You know how rare for him to say something good? Come on, man. You know how rare, whatever. Look, everybody makes mistakes. Everybody is not, you know, no one's infallible. What are we talking about, though? What are we talking about? You know, when I say things like keep the eye on the prize, they think it's just singular. Keep your eye on the prize. They think it's singular. It should never be plural. You should never have your eye set on more than one thing in your life, because that's gonna distract you from what's really important. Meanwhile, this is what we're facing. We're facing and we're receiving opportunities to have alternatives, different choices. And that's not seen as like a great thing, a good thing. We have opportunity to choose, make a decision. Hey, this is what it is. Somebody, something had to happen for Richard himself to update his worldview from becoming a Bitcoin maximalist to embracing Ethereum. Something happened there. Something. And then you got these guys. Why? Look. Once again, and as always, it's an individual, crypto is a solo sport. It's a solo, absolute solo sport. You are not always going to make everybody happy. And what's crazy though, I've never been one to really talk about really like what you should do when you're in crypto, in a sense of, look at what I'm doing. Look at what I'm doing. Look at my wallet. Look at what I've earned. I'll never do that because it's stupid. It's dumb. It's unsafe. You know? That's a fact. Grounded in hex. Sorry, I'm not reading the comments. Because I'm just talking because, you know, stuff is on my mind. But I salute everybody who's watching, and your feedback is always well appreciated. I will get to the comments in a second, but folks, like, if we zoom out, how many times do we zoom out? Those of us that have been through these cycles already. How many times when you zoom out, right, and you look back in the last bear market and look at opportunities where you could have capitalized. You could have capitalized on whatever coins you like, in this case on Hex. Let's say the first 6 months since it launched. The time where it was just painful to be in it. Like, it was just like grueling, disrespect. I was not a part of the Hex collective at all. I was just, nope, I didn't believe it. That time period where people believed in it, they were learning about it, they didn't quite understand it, but still didn't give up. And those who stuck around since then, oh, handsomely rewarded, as they should, as they should. And folks think that that can't repeat. Like, it's like the way people behave is as if that can't happen again. Like, that was just like some kind of like unicorn type of once in a lifetime opportunity. Are you kidding me? You had trash like Dogecoin make a killing in the beginning of 2021. You had garbage like SafeMoon make a killing in 2021 that freaking reached more gains than Hex in a much shorter period of time. So even with garbage, you can win. So what about with something that's solid, with something that's remotely decent, that's not hurting people? Who's getting scammed in this derivative thing that and whatever, if you're getting scammed, that's not good. If you're promoting trash and talking about trash, that's a problem. But if you're watching things going on and everything, you know that life is a risk, high risk, high reward. You have a developer who's been following Richard since day one, and Rich is one that's been saying, listen, you want something done, you do it. And when it's done, people are like resistant to change. Right? Like, just resistant to change. No, I'm comfortable here. Yeah, I'm comfortable. I don't want any change. What are you introducing to me? You're introducing to me change? Oh no. Oh no. No. Keep that change away from me. No, oh wait. It's change for me to be better. I don't care. I'm just comfortable and complacent. No, change is a part of life. You can't stop evolution from occurring. And that's what's happening with this ecosystem. It's here. It's here. Like, so what are people gonna do? Create more contention, create more division. Folks are just gonna be cantankerous. They're gonna be onerous against each other. Like, what are we talking about? What are we talking about? Folks don't know. It's weird. It's weird to me, man. It's weird. Let me check the comments real quick. Indeed. Indeed. That's the operative term. That's the operative term right there. You just hit it before in the last comment. For real, let time, this is the thing, short-sightedness. Short-sightedness, you know? They see a group of people who are at the bottom, who are looking at a chance to not only create generational wealth, but improve their opportunities to create generational wealth in multiple ways. And that's frowned upon. Because why? Some inner seed of some hate, some deep jealousy. Like, what is this about, man? What is this about? Like people can't just put $200 into something that's supposed to be immutable, something that has no admin keys, something that's supposed to basically prop hex, that works in tandem with hex, and not possibly see something like remarkably close to what hex has brought. That's frowned upon. That's frowned upon. And y'all like to talk about community. Y'all like to talk about, y'all like to talk about, oh yeah, community. The community is not what it was a year ago. The community is not what it was 2 years ago, 2.5 years ago. The community changes. That's why it's growing. We can't stop our bodies from changing. We can't stop ourselves from growing. Every moment that goes by, we become older than what we were before. What are we talking about? We can't stop that. Embrace it. The good and the bad. Everything has its strengths. Everything has weaknesses. How do we use the weakness to build and strengthen and reaffirm what's already strong? Heck, Ethereum is weak. It's weak. So they're creating opportunities to build something to strengthen what Ethereum has brought because it's still powerful. Building Pulse Chain. Oh no, don't talk about Pulse Chain because you're taking attention away from Hex. Don't talk about PulseX because you're taking away from, PulseX and Pulse Chain it's not even here yet. So why are you talking about it? Really? How about because $1.7 billion was sacrificed for these things, man? That's why. We need it. It's needed. Oh no, but you're taking away from Hedro, from Hex and it's weird times. It's just weird times. Weird times. They don't see the bear market as an opportunity, as a great opportunity to obtain what you want at a fraction of a cost. They rather chase the highs. They run after highs, high prices. That's what brings validity to people. Chasing the tops, chasing highs. And then the winners, those who win, who know what they're doing, all you could do is just enjoy and shake your head in disbelief and bewilderment. Because the thing about it too, not everybody can win. Not everyone's going to win. And even in this small market, we're talking about 100,000 to it. Let's say there's 300,000 people who know about what I'm talking about here, Hex and everything else connected with Hex. 300,000 people, right? We don't even see how fortunate we are that we front ran the world. We don't even see it. We don't. And how not everybody is going to make it. Not everybody's going to make it to the proverbial finish line. The reality is, like at the top of the title of the message, you know, respect to somebody who passed away. A lot of us are not going to see 15 years. You know, we're gonna, a lot of us won't, and that's because that's part of life. That's what happens in life when you're living. When change, these are the mysteries that exist that we have to deal with day to day. But take a certain stance of like superiority and just these opinions people have. They don't pay the bills. This math does. This code does. These things, like, folks, it's like you get rid of it, and then because out of whatever, and you didn't know what you had until you lost it. I remember when 40 million hex, or what was it, 42 million hex was equivalent to 16 Ethereum back in 2019, early 2020. I remember that. Imagine what the value is now. So people are looking at other things and saying, oh, this is pennies, this is nothing, it's not. Okay. People thought Hex was nothing. People still think Hex is nothing, despite all the work is done, despite everything that the market has shared, despite what the data and the charts and everything is. I don't know. I don't know. Absolutely. Absolutely. And that's what, because, and then look how early we are in duplicating, or at least imitating, what the bond market does. And imagine that mass of economic energy flowing into these contracts. All we could do is dream, right? But we're duplicating something that's already sort of like has already existed in legacy. And we're seeing something happen that's just like incredible. It's incredible. 25, 28, 30x in 80 days in a bear market. That's something to just dismiss. And then in November 13th, that's gonna be a special day. That's gonna be a special day, and that's going to indirectly and directly affect Hex and everything Hex got going on. November 13th. And a few days after that. That week, starting that November 13th, November 14th, November 15th, the next like 4 days after the 13th is going to directly and indirectly have an impact on Hex. And to me, hopefully continue to go up and to the right in the long run, but it will definitely impact Hex because everything that I'm talking about with these derivatives right here are tied to the system. It's going to be crazy. It's going to be crazy. Good, bad, or indifferent. But folks don't care. They think, oh no, you're distracting, you're taking away from the economic, taking away from the real, store of value. Which how people are free to decide to do what they want. You think I like the majority of these tokens that's coming onto Pulse Chain over 100, 150 or whatever? You think I like the majority? No. But hey, do you think I like the 60,000 coins that exist? No, but they're there. They're there. They exist. What you decide to do is on you. It's about what? Freedom, right? Which a lot of us talk that freedom and not ready to really pay the cost to be free. These painful moments here are part of the process in realizing maximum gains. These painful moments. It's a testament and basically sort of like this personal examination of who we are. That only we can reach our own personal conclusions to draw from so that we can make the best decisions so we could come out on the winning side. That's what happens. That's what's going on here. What can you bear? What can you handle? What don't you like? What can you tolerate? What are you patient for? What are you impatient about? What works for you? What doesn't work for you? What works for me may not work for everybody else. And it's what it is. But to like judge people and speak with a certain level of authority, some of these folks, man, I've heard say some things and I'm like, yeah, but what have you created? Folks are quick to say certain things, but I'm like, what have you created to help people in the community? Like, really? Or help the industry? What have you done that's better? Everybody has an opinion, like a butthole. Talk is cheap. You know, you're gonna be mad at 20x, 25x. That's what happened. That's what just happened in the summer. This summer, that's what happened. At the low, 25x. And I'm being like conservative. It really touched, it was higher than that, but really like average 20, 25x. That's crazy. You don't. Who doesn't need that? Who on the bottom of the total of the pyramid don't need a nice little 20x? Who doesn't need that? And then you do what you're doing, and then you're already solidified and well positioned. What are we doing? I don't know. I don't know, people. But that's what it is. That's what it is. I don't know. I just sharing this with y'all. Wasn't gonna stay too long, but I appreciate all you guys and gals, if you will, watching or listening, rocking with me. But that's it. I'm out here. It's about to see as the clouds are forming. Bear market, so it's about to rain. Bear market. So But the sun is gonna shine, man. The sun is gonna shine. After all this, we going through all this stuff and whatever. Yo, like really, keep things simple. Keep things simple. Don't let a lot of the noise, a lot of the stuff that you're going through, even in your personal life, distract you from the good that's waiting for you. You know, I have challenges, and we all do. I'll let these challenges defeat me. They strengthen us. They build our character. They reinforce who we are and help us transform to be better in how we deal with each other and how we improve certain areas in our lives that are deficient. How are we taking care of ourselves, right? Broaden our scope. Because everything that we think is not the total of what really is. It's just not. We don't know when our time is up. So what are we doing now to contribute to the betterment of the whole of what we got going on? You never hear from me again. I don't want to be that guy that just left seeds of poison behind. Like my last contact will not be about that. It won't be about that. It won't be about toxicity. It won't be about discouragement. You know, because that's not what I have in my heart. That's not what I'm about. We here, we're in crypto for many reasons. And one of those reasons is to make that money. Not only make that money, but help that money make itself on our behalf, and how to protect it and preserve it and pass it down. Not to show off, not to be capricious, pretentious, right? Well, at least that's not what I'm in it for. I know the people, you guys that follow me and everything, you rock with me for a reason. I know that's not what y'all in it for. You didn't even have to tell me. We have our reasons. If if another bull market after the next bull market comes and passes, if we're not in a better position than that we're in right now, something is fundamentally flawed. Like we did something wrong, and that means we didn't grow from our experience. So that's why we're repeating it over and over again, because there are lessons here that we're just not getting or paying attention to. If whenever the next bull market comes and passes, and then we hit the next bear market, and we're still like this, nah, hang it up. And I'm not saying like do something, you just like give up crypto, like reassess extremely, like seriously. Safe, you know, because I don't see myself talking about this in this level whenever the next bear market comes. And that shouldn't be your reality either. It should be about growth. It should be about development. It should be about overall improving your position out here, because we still have the freedom, quiet as kept, to enjoy participating in the market. Even though regs are doing what they're doing, I don't know, whenever they come, whatever. But this is where we are now. We have the freedom and the ability to do what we can do in this market right now, which many people, believe it or not, cannot do. So we need to take advantage. so that we find ourselves in a better position for the future. What is it that we're doing today that will benefit us tomorrow and for the rest of our days and the rest of the days of our loved ones? End of story. And with that, folks, enjoy your day, enjoy your evening, enjoy your morning. I will catch you on the next one. Stay safe, be well, be strong, be open-minded, right? Be kind, and don't let anybody trick you out of your own blessings, ever. Peace.